and you're watching Submissions 101.
Hey, Eddie, thanks for sitting down with us and doing this for Submissions 101. Now, you've had many interviews, but I decided to open up the questions to our forum members so they could get a crack at you. There are many 10th Planet guys on there and a lot of guys who dig the system, so here goes.
Okay.
A lot of them are curious. They want to know who your first black belt is going to be or how close we are to seeing a black belt in the 10th Planet system.
There's quite a few guys in the running. You know, there's a bunch. We got Denny Procopos. He's pretty damn close. Sean Bollinger. And then Craig Beauchamp. Einstein, Scott Epstein, Brent Rattel. They're all getting close. You know, the main thing is, you know, the mastery of all the 10th Planet specific technique, like the stuff that's, like the rubber guard, of course, the half guard, all the twister stuff. You know, the mastery of all that is important. Flexibility is very, very important. You know, I'm not going to have a black belt who has flexibility problems. It's not going to. That's not going to happen. So, you know, some of my brown belts have flexibility issues. Some don't. You know, so that's huge. You know, and I would say, you know, we'll have a black belt in the 10th Planet system within a year.
Someone else wanted to know, since you got your black belt under JJ Machado, and someone wanted to know if Jean-Jacques ever uses the rubber guard.
No, it actually doesn't, because he's so not flexible. He's had some knee problems. He had surgery on one of his knees, and he's very, very careful with doing any kind of rubber guard stuff. He could do rubber guard stuff like on me, because he's a lot taller than I am. He has really long legs, and I'm small in his guard. On small people, he'll pull rubber guard. Like whenever we would roll, he would do all my shit on me. So he would crush me with my own shit, and it's not even in his game. Like he doesn't even do it.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
Okay. How many times?
He doesn't play rubber guard.
Okay. How many times a week do you think someone should train to get good at jiu-jitsu? Off the top of your head.
If they're really, really serious, at the very, very least, 3 hard sessions at the very least. 4 and 5 is the best. But you can get good with 3 if you're the last guy on the mat.
Yeah.
You know? If they have to kick you out of the gym because you're just rolling all the way through.
Right.
You could, but at the very, very least 3.
Now, what kind of activities are good to do outside of class to improve your jiu-jitsu game?
Yoga, for the 10th Planet style.
Yep.
You know, and of course anything explosive, strength training, cardio, all that shit helps. You know. What weight did you compete at in 2003 against Hoyler? 145.
And how much weight did you have to cut for that fight?
I was walking around at like 164-ish, and then that's pretty normal. Fighters that cut to 45 usually walk around in the 60-65 range.
Okay. You've written in your books that you knew the twister before you started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but you didn't say where you came up with the whole rubber guard. And if you could give us a timeline on how long it took your jiu-jitsu training before you came up with each of your setups, like twister side control, New York, chill dog, how long did that take to get that process going?
That's hard to answer because it was just like piece by piece, you know. I started off with the meat hook first. That was really the main part of the rubber guard in the very beginning. It was just a meat hook, and then it turned into control, and Gerald Streebent really liked clearing the neck and going for omoplatas. Then I started going more to omoplatas, and I kind of left meat hook behind. And then it just morphed into all sorts of crazy different things, you know. It all started with watching Henzo he was in Pride 2, and he did like a week kind of mission control. It was just to hold the opponent. He wasn't going anywhere with it, but I just felt that there could be something from there, you know.
Yeah.
and he was holding his foot and kind of stalling. And I just thought, that just planted the seed. I thought, damn, there could be a lot of things going on right there. And then it just started growing.
Okay. There's a lot of people who are digging your music, and I've had tons of questions, and they want to know if there is a physical CD that they can buy of your music rather than going to MySpace or downloading or anything like that.
So all you got to do is contact me. MySpace me, and I'll send you a free demo. I got a demo for all 3 bands that are based right now. So just contact me on myspace.com/thetwister.
Okay, cool. What electronica influences would you list? Like your top 5?
The Crystal Method was a big influence.
Yep.
And the way electronica. Some of the when Smack Your Bitch Up, Play It Up, and Prodigy was on top of the world.
Yep.
That had an influence on me as well.
Yep.
For sure.
Someone wanted to know the locations of the next 10th Planet schools and where they're going to be popping up around the country.
I got some guys working in Indianapolis, Detroit, Miami. I think, I don't know exactly what the update is on with them. Seattle, Washington, Montreal,
Vancouver.
That's all I could think of. Vancouver, exactly.
Okay.
And Sherman, Texas, Idaho. I think that's about it.
Okay. How about, do you see a Chiba hut in your future?
Yes, I definitely see a Chiba hut in my future. Once my first song hits on some soundtrack and I make $5 billion, I'm going to probably own a chain of Chiba huts. I have jiu-jitsu mats inside of them,
Oh, nice. I know recently we've been seeing more and more rubber guard used in the UFC, and it's getting used to a better effect each time. What do you think the guys are missing that are using the system in the UFC that would make it more effective? But, obviously, reps would be one.
Yeah, just time and proper instruction, It just, you got to have faith. You got to really want it. You got to be able to understand that, there's guys like Dustin Hazlett, Shimi Aoki, Dean Lister, Matt Horowitz. There's guys out there using the rubber guard effectively. And to think that wouldn't help your MMA career would be kind of insane. Mm-hmm. To see that they're doing it, having success with it, and to not want that in your arsenal as well, that's just crazy to me. So, but in time you're seeing it pop up like mushrooms everywhere, and it's going to be standard really quick. The last UFC first two fights had rubber guards, so it's not going to be long now. I mean, within a year, it's just going to be it's going to be all over the place.